Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Robinson, one of the assistant directors in the Center for Career Development. Thanks for tuning in to the fourth and final video in our series, Wildcat Ready, How Exactly Do You Network Anyway? Up to this point, we've learned about ways to put aside some of the negative aspects incorrectly associated with networking, how to discover resources for locating people who we could speak with, and navigated how to send conversation requests to these professionals. In today's segment, we're going to talk about making the most of that career conversation and how to maintain the professional relationships that you're developing. As I mentioned in the first video, at its heart, networking is about building relationships. So it's important that we keep that in mind. So let me share my screen and we'll go ahead and get started. So once you receive that reply from the person that they are interested in talking with you, and you've arranged the logistics of where and when and how you're going to meet, there's still some homework to do beforehand. First, you want to be prepared to talk about your interests or the reason for the meeting. Remember, this is a conversation, so they're likely going to ask questions of you. So, for example, if you are meeting with somebody who works in environmental consulting, you're going to want to be able to say why you're interested in working in an aspect of the environment. If you've had experience in clubs or volunteering, you'll want to be able to talk about those experiences with the person. Second, do some research. Definitely research the person who you're meeting with. Check out their profile in LinkedIn to have an understanding of their background, which is going to help generate questions that you can ask. Research the organization that you're going to be learning about. Check out a company's website or their social media presence to learn the latest news that's happening with that particular company. Finally, research the profession. Even if you're meeting with somebody to get an understanding of what it's like to work in a profession, there's still basic research that you can do ahead of time. The career exploration sites that are listed on this slide, specifically the Occupational Outlook Handbook and ONET, are great resources that you can use to help. Have your list of questions ready. Start writing down what you want to learn about. You can use the networking guide in Handshake, which is located in the resources section, to help you. In that guide, there is a list of questions to ask people about their academic background, about their professional background, and about their experience in their current work. Dress to impress. If you're going to be meeting virtually or in person, while a full suit is probably not necessary, business casual will definitely make a good impression. One of the key questions that you want to be sure to ask in this particular meeting is, would you know of others who I could speak with? The answer to this question is how you're going to build your network. If you've noticed on their LinkedIn profile that they've worked at another organization that looks of interest to you, or they've done another particular job that looks of interest to you previously, be sure to ask them if they know people at that organization who you could reach out to. That's how you're going to continue to build this network based on just this initial conversation. Be sure to have your resume ready. You never know if the person's going to suggest, send me your resume. I'm happy to share it with others that I work with. They may even be willing to provide feedback about the resume, but you'll want to have the document ready to email to them. And speaking of follow-up emails, send them a thank you note. At the conclusion of your meeting, take time to jot down specifics that you discussed. And then within 48 hours of that meeting, draft a short thank you email and reference those specifics because that's going to make it more personal. And then you'll want to add their information to your tracking system. If you'll remember from the previous video, we talked about the importance of tracking the people that you're going to be connecting with. So after you've had this meeting, be sure to keep track of any topics that were discussed and any people who they referred you to meet with in the future. Finally, keep in touch. This is the key step in maintaining the relationship. Remember that concern that you had about that networking is just using people to get something? Well, then don't use somebody. If you meet with someone that the person referred you to, let them know that. In the future, if you read an article that you think might be of interest to them, send it to them, share it with them. Let them know if you find an internship, they will be interested and eager to find that. Finally, the next step and final step, pay it forward. Someday you'll be in the position to be the mentor that someone is requesting to speak with. So remember how much help it was for you when someone made themselves available for you to speak to, and do the same for someone else in the future. So that concludes our series that hopefully has helped answer the question, how exactly do you network anyway? I hope you found the information and the resources presented to be helpful. The next step is to start reaching out and start having those career conversations. Have a great day.